I'm just going to do a few, but I'm going to do a couple by myself. I always, I don't know about you, but since you guys have some interest in writing and arguably music, you may have had the same insight I have, which is that the internet has, destroyed our industries, but not our will, but sometimes our will. And every time I do a show, I think, well, that was the last one. Because, the Titanic sailed for over 1,000 miles after it hit the iceberg. Every time I do a show, I always start, when I play by myself, I start with this song, The Kinks, because it's just sort of a little incantation and a little reminder for myself. I don't know if any of you have ever been involved in an artistic collaboration.
Yep.
But if you have, you may have noticed that in situations like that where really they're just fueled by people's actual desire to be doing it and really not by any other fuel or interest, that sort of the only power people wind up having or asserting is their ability to withhold themselves from each other. No? I don't know, I think you're kind of doing it right now. Just kidding. I'm not here to make enemies. But I have been in rock bands for about 20 years, and it's something that I've noticed happens a lot. This is a song that was, I put out a solo record last year, my first one, and with the help of Shenandoah, we put a band together, and it was good. And then one of the people in it got a better job and had to go on tour for like 8 months, and he was like, "Oh, I'm really sorry, but we got to do this, and I'll be back though." And I was like, "Okay." I would never want him not to do it, but it was like the 20th band in a row or something like that had happened, and so I thought there was a little going away party for him, and I wrote this song to perform there. It's called "Not That You Asked." You can go on tour forever, the vessel you provide. A change of scenery is not a guarantee that you won't change your mind. If you gotta go, then go, I guess. If you don't come back, we'll be impressed. Well, you can coast and you can strive, sometimes subsist and sometimes thrive, still not arrive at the illusion of success. I swear I'm not just saying this to try to save my band. Though if you move to stick around a while, I swear I'll understand. I'd never dream of thwarting your magnificent career, but there is nothing waiting for you in New York or San Francisco or Chicago, New Orleans or Old El Paso, Minneapolis, Toronto, London, England, and Ohio, Albuquerque, Alamogordo, or any other place you might go that is not already waiting for you here. If you gotta go, then don't look back. Keep your powder dry and don't smoke crack. It's not your style to seek advice, but you need not ask me twice. God is a dream and self-esteem is just an act. Are you going with intention or just drifting like a dry leaf on the zephyr? You're not an easy guy to get to know, but even so, it's worth the effort. To learn to take a compliment, it probably wouldn't kill you. Your demons and your doubts are not the measure of your value. Ooh. If you gotta go, then go, I reckon. We'll probably all be crying any second when you look back upon the wealth of ways you found to doubt yourself and feel small. Please recall, your real friends never doubted you at all. This song is getting long, and so good night. You won't be gone forever, but then again you might. We'll meet again some sunny day, but until then I say, safe travel, Sam. Don't forget to write. Thank you. I was really struck by a line in one of Melissa's poems. Was it the greatest? Is it the greatest immaturity is to believe that your suffering entitles you to something? So I might be. I'm not quoting directly. I'm paraphrasing, obviously. I think it could be argued by me, at least, that a lot of my songs take place in the sort of murky twilight before the dawn of that realization. occurs, and to do a few songs with me along the lines that really get into that idea of suffering as a vehicle for entitlement. I would like to invite the great Shenandoah Davis back to the piano. This song is called All Time Low. But don't think that I'm referring to the song itself. I don't want to prejudice you, though if you come to that conclusion, I'm not going to quibble. They say there are no second acts, just falls and bilious attacks. There's what you want and what you want to want and what you'll settle for. Would it trouble you to know that I was high the night we stayed up late and said how great it felt to finally be able to communicate again like in the old days? Now that I'm not getting high anymore, another all-time low. Thought you found the ground floor, but there's one more level. It's absolute zero, and that is all you know on earth, and all you need to know. I can hear the neighbors fuck, I wish them both the best of luck. Even the strongest bonds can buckle and disintegrate. Went off in search of ragged glory, what we found instead's a different story altogether. But whatever, man, I've had all I can stand. You say nostalgia, I say purgatory. Another all-time low, hanging from the bottom rung, but you're not done falling. You always wondered, now you know, and you are calling out to anybody they profundus. It's wondrous, it's You're not Mayakovsky or John Barry, man. You've had your share of problems, but you're not Tom Evans or Peter Ham. You're not Hemingway nor Spalding Gray. You suffer in lax grandeur, but it's suffering anyway. You're not in Saxton, not to mention Ashiel Gorky. You feel so old, you're not even 40. Thanks. Yeah. I mean, it would be ludicrous to introduce this song because it's so utterly self-explanatory that even saying the words I'm saying now feels like a betrayal.
Yeah.
Broken tooth feels so big against your tongue, but looks so tiny in your hand. All my life I've heard you can't argue with crazy, but now I think I finally understand. We never knew each other well, but we could always disagree. You came on so sophisticated, but your dominant mode was catastrophe. And when you took no for an answer, you always kept your fingers crossed. You never met a reservation exhaust, screaming at the phone all night, counting up the unrequited suicide threats. I literally hit the wall, figured you'd said it all. Finally slept for 3 hours and woke up to 27 missed calls. To say nothing of the texts. And when you see somebody suffer, you sympathize. It's the human thing to do. Unless, of course, the sufferer's only comfort comes from making sure you're suffering too. It could have been a book you wrote, but now it's just an anecdote, best left untold. An amateur analysis, you need to be a novelist to know it's not a very good story without an antagonist. An antagonist. I don't know how it came to this, but I would rather be a total stranger than your arch nemesis. Thank you. What do you think? One more or two more? This song is about the worst road trip of my life. Your roommate's car is making noises, runs okay, sounds like a vacuum cleaner with asthma. You're stressing out about the rush hour traffic. The Henry Hudson Parkway is a miasma. Saratoga Springs is waiting in the wings. We'll get there when we get there, but for now we're stuck. We're sucking up exhaust. I hope we're not already lost somewhere between an endurance test and a lark. We're not getting anywhere before dark. I can't tell if you're half smiling or just tight-lipped. Is it silence or concern? The engine will burn out. Was this whole trip a step we skipped? A reckless chance with a volatile romance, cash advance we may never run out. Saratoga Springs, we had some misgivings. The Service Plaza incident confirmed them all. We stopped to kill some time, saw the empire in decline. Legions of bovine children with fast food eyes. Get in the car and we've come all this way. I'd say we've earned the right. You never really know somebody till you know how they fight. Pride and property are sin. The walls of this old B&B are thin. Guess can hear you screaming all night. Sometimes I wonder if I even know you. Sometimes I wonder if I even want to. Saratoga Springs, we said some hurtful things, polished our silver daggers up and let them fly. Saratoga Springs, it all slipped through our fingers, made it back to the city in record time. Too weary to see what we left behind. Thanks. Alright, I think we'll just do one more. Thank you all again. I am from the 1990s, and As a result of that, I have abysmal commercial instincts. However, I am going to play one song from my actual record, which I have copies of for sale here tonight. If you would like to purchase them, please do. But also, buy everything else, and also tip the servers, and also don't use Uber, and pay your taxes, or don't, but I do, in case anybody from a government agency is here. Thank you all again for sticking around. Thank you for bringing us down. Thank you to Shenandoah Davis for magnificent songs and accompaniment. This is a song for anybody who was ever in a band or a drug addict. Two wasters on a mission. Two guitars, two hits of acid, two chords and the truth to maybe one day write a single. Was the extent of our ambition, but that was then. It's nothing to be proud of. Still there can be no doubt. I know they're kicking me out of the band I started up. Stop, gonna form a supergroup, side project, like Velvet Revolver, HSAM, the power station. What a mess, call the press. Just say the first time I did coke, it felt like shaking hands with a friend I've known for my whole life. At midnight we were snorting lines, they're 50